Hi everyone, welcome to Stamp with Sim. I really quickly wanted to make this video just to show you the challenge that I had set myself on the previous video, and just to show you what I had come up with and what I finished with and how many cards I'd made. So I shared this picture on, so I made a collage and shared it on to DPP. It's a Facebook page, it's a private Facebook page group for Stampin' Up demonstrators, where we can share ideas. And I was really overwhelmed and taken back with the response that I got. So I got over 700 likes and over 70 comments on how great they were and what tools I had used and how I got to this point. But I really quickly want to share with you all the cards that I made. So I ended up making 40 cards, and I'm going to make my 41st with you. So I'm going to show you all the cards that I created. I'm going to go through them really quickly because you can see pictures of them on my blog as well. So how I made all of these, yes, I did have a plan, and the plan that I always have is that I set myself a target and I score and cut all my card blanks first. This time round I made 30. I like to do all different sizes. I don't like to stick to the same size because I almost feel like that's a little bit more difficult. But you could do, and you could obviously create lots more cards. So I'm going to go through these really quickly. So these were my 5x7 cards that I made. So it's just using some mats, a simple stamp set. So the stamp set that I used was the Snowman Season. It was this one. You can obviously do this with any stamp set. You can make these with any stamp set. I chose Stampin' Up because for me the colours all coordinate, the papers all match, the punches all match, and obviously the theme, it goes with the theme. And I thought it was a great way to make the Snowman Season cards using the snowman, because Frozen 2 has released in the UK last weekend and children have gone absolutely crazy for it. So that was kind of my theme, and that's why I went for this. I obviously did like lots of the other sweets in the Stampin' Up catalogue, but I decided to go with this one because it's not really me. And if you're going to set yourself a challenge, it's best to set one where it's a little bit difficult, I feel anyway. Otherwise it would have been really easy for me to use the Christmas Gleaming stamp set because those ornaments are just beautiful. But anyway, so I used a lot of layering cards, so Coastal Cabana, Real Red, lots of Whisper White, where I just stamped just using the background. So there were those. Then I made lots of 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 cards. Really like this, using lots of the embellishments and some ribbon. This was my first card, and when it came out I absolutely hated it, but it's not so bad now. And then I used this frame. Now lots of you have asked me what this frame is. It's not Stampin' Up. It is a frame that I had in my stash. I can't remember where I got it from. It was a while ago. If I do find where I did get the frame from, I will put it in the description bar below or on my blog. But yeah, I do have lots of other Stampin' Up products as well. Sorry, I mean I have lots of products that are not Stampin' Up because I did start crafting a while ago and I've only been a demonstrator for 4 years. So no, this is my 4th year. So I've been a demonstrator for 3 years, but I am a hobby demo. So I love this card. So I did 2 different backgrounds. Then I did lots of 4x4 cards, where some of them are really simple. They don't even have a sentiment. But I used the trees from the Oh my gosh, what is this stamp set called? Festival of Trees. No, not Festival of Trees. It's the Perfectly Played stamp set. Festival of Trees is a really old stamp set that I still have. But I love it. It's so cute. Look at him. But yeah, I love that. The light is really bad. This was the really big card that I made. It measures 7 by 7. I didn't really like this DSP, but I kind of made the card anyway. This is a 3 by 7 card. So it's a landscape card. Again, I used the Perfectly Played Trees using the ink called Coastal Cabana. Then, like I said, I didn't really like this DSP. This one, so I used my circle punches just to make 3 little circles. Oh gosh, that must have moved when I was obviously in a rush, but yeah, I just kind of jazzed them up a little bit, and I quite like the card. I will put that aside actually to stick on later. Then I made lots of 6 by 4 cards or 4 by 6 cards. Show you that. But yeah, I didn't have a guide. I just kind of rolled with it. And this one is really nice. This one's cased by Sam Hammond Donald at Pootle's Papercraft. So I saw that. So I've used an image and then kind of stamped it out as well. Oh, I've just taken the... Oh no, that's fine. Okay. Off. So they're all there. These are the 3 by 3 cards, just really, really small, really diddy. You could use them as note cards. You can use them as gift tags. Then these, I'm going to scooch all of these out of the way. This was the one that I made using scraps. So you can see that I got all of the strips, the thin strips, and I just kind of made the background, didn't think about it, used a scallop, did a stamp, and then just kind of made a little banner. This is a 6 by 4 card. No, it's not. It's a 7 by 4 card. So that was the scrap one. And then, so I do have some scraps left over. These are the scraps that I have left over, and I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I ended up making all of these cards just using my scraps. Yes, I have jazzed some of them up. So I have added like some buttons that I had in my stash. I had some gems, so I've added them, and then I just kind of added some twine. I'm going to show you how to put this together. So actually I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I made 6 cards, and obviously you can see I can make lots more. Now I already punched out lots of these because they were going in the bin, and I used a 1-inch punch and then a 1/2 inch punch just to stamp them out. I'm not going to stamp them out obviously with you because I'm sure you guys get the idea, but I just wanted to make the card really quickly. So I've got my 6 by 4 card here. I'm just going to so that's my card base, and how I did this, I had some scraps, I've got some buttons, I've added some of the red ones in there because I was working. I'm not sure where I got these from. I've had them for so long, but they just kind of happened to match. I didn't go out and buy the buttons, but if I just show you, it's pretty similar. So, and then I've just got some red gems and some silver gems. These are from the pound shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that to the side, but honestly, there is no thinking process behind this at all. I'm just kind of going to roll with it. And put it there. I'm going to add a button this time. And let's use that there. See, the problem that I'm having is that the scraps that I had were all very, very from this paper, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to use my punch just to grab 3 of those. Sorry, I've got such a blocked nose as well. So I'm going to try and kind of like make a triangle shape. I might not use that. Yeah, I might actually. And then use that button there. Maybe use that instead. And kind of layer it this way. So yeah, I've kind of got my triangle there, and then once that is kind of set in place, you can just basically start gluing. I don't think I'm going to use that big button actually, it's a bit wild for me. Might go with that one. So I'm just gonna set this with a little bit of glue. You can use whatever you like. I'm just quite freely doing this. I'm not thinking about it. I like to use this glue just because I like the movement of it. But honestly, you can use whatever you like. I stuck that down, yeah. And then I'm going to just stick these little ones down really quickly. Oh, I like that one. Oh, I've got a bit of a glue moment going on here, guys. Okay, right. There we go. So now that that is in place, I'm going to add some little buttons. Now, you've got to be really careful with these buttons because some of them do bleed in colour, especially when you put runny glue on. So now I'm just going to jazz these up a little bit. Again, I'm not really thinking about where I'm putting them. I just kind of want to fill the space. Can put one there. I might put do I want to put red ones on? Might put a red button there. No, I might put a red button there. So I've got lots of red buttons. I've picked up my red buttons. I've kind of built a collection over time from like various places, like Pound Shop. Just whenever I kind of see them, I pick buttons up. Yep, so I'm going to try and put this one there. Yeah, I'm really not thinking about it at all. I'm going to just stick that there. So that's my triangle. Now I'm going to just make my bow. I'm not very good at this, but I'll give it a go. Oh, amazing. I'm going to do my, stamp my sentiment as well. And I used the Merry Christmas stamp set. Yeah, I hope it has inspired you to use your scraps, and I think that a project like this works really well if you are a crafter and you do lots of stalls, like craft fair stalls. I don't, but I think you could, think about how long it's taken you to make this card. Apologies if my head was in the way. So I'm just going to stamp that, and then I'm going to get some glue dots just to stick this down. There we go. That's it. Super, super easy. You could do this with absolutely anything. Like if you like recycling cards, you could even do this out of magazines and it would look really, really good. But I just wanted to share that with you anyway. Please do go and check out the blog post because it shows exactly how I've put everything together. So I have now made 41 cards. I think with all of these bits, if I carry on going, I could probably hit 50. So thank you so much for watching. Please do share, subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you've really enjoyed watching this video or if it has inspired you. If I don't speak to you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and happy crafting. Bye.